Hello and welcome. This is the news on NTA International. I am Vivian Izadifi. Let's see some of the top stories. Muslims celebrate Eid-el-Fitr as President Bola Tinubu urges prayers for unity. Christian leaders admonish mothers to build homes and society on occasion of International Women's Day. Plus, operatives of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency arrest Italy-based businessmen over illicit drug shipments to Nigeria and Europe. President Bola Tinubu today joined Muslim faithful at the National Prayer Ground, Abuja, for the Eid-el-Fitr Salah, marking the end of this year's Ramadan fast. The president implores faithful to carry on the spirit of giving and other lessons learned in the month. State House correspondent Musbah Danwahab reports.
President Bola Tinubu would observe his Eid prayer in Abuja for the first time in the saddle, with thousands of faithful flanking the entrance of the National Prayer Ground. The president arrived into the waiting hands of Vice President Kashim Shettima, Deputy President of the Senate Barau Jibrin, and the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu. It was a signal for the commencement of a two-standing Salah prayer. The presiding Imam, Sheikh Abdul Qadri Salman Sholagberu, spelled out the conditions for the Muslim Ummah to obtain the benefit inherent in Ramadan in full. These he itemized to include continuation in godliness and kindness even after the holy month. He prayed for strength and wisdom for the president and other leaders to take the country to higher heights. And for President Bola Tinubu, charity as practiced by Muslims in the month should not only be in Ramadan.
We should give thanks to Almighty Allah. We saw the beginning, we started together, and we are ending together in good health and in happiness, in prayers for our country, for all our people. We should continue the good deed as taught by the holy month of Ramadan. Care for the vulnerable, the orphans, the less privileged, everything that we have observed. We should not revert to the path that is not acceptable with the teaching of this month.
In Abuja, Musbah Danwahab, NC News.
I am just a custodian of trusts under the mandate of Nigerians and committed to leading Nigeria to greater prosperity. That was President Bola Tinubu speaking as he hosted a delegation of the Federal Capital Territory FCT resident who visited him on Salah homage. State House correspondent again, Musbah Danwahab, has more on that.
This is another first for President Bola Tinubu, hosting FCT residents to a Salah homage. So too for the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, who led the delegation. Supposedly a homage to the president, but the host decided to make it the show of his landlord, the FCT minister.
A master of infrastructure.
Based on his personal conviction, President Bola Tinubu appointed the former Rivers State governor a member of his cabinet from the opposition. And still less than 2 years in office, President Tinubu expressed satisfaction in the ability of the FCT minister to implement the renewed hope agenda for development in the territory, leading to improvements in socio-economic life.
And everything started changing rapidly. And I started looking at the opening up of the rural areas, of abandoned projects, and the residence of the vice president that has been abandoned for years came alive. The health centers are being rehabilitated. We are living at peace. The security is improving.
Highlighting how the removal of FCT administration from the Treasury single accounts is facilitating the rapid developments being witnessed in the territory, President Tinubu recounted the humorous exchange between him and the minister on the matter.
He came up with a lot of good ideas. I remember the day Wike came to me and said, please take us out of this problem of TSA so that I can do more work and achieve more. And I said, okay, show me what you're about to do. And he presented himself. And I threw in my own political jibe. Say, will that give me any opportunity for my party to win election in FCT? I say, I know where you are coming from, your own party or my party. But if this thing goes too much in your own favor, you will lose your job.
The minister delivered the appreciation of FCT residents to President Tinubu on the turnaround of Abuja and assures that more infrastructural projects are in finishing stages for President Tinubu to mark another year in office.
As we approach the second anniversary of the administration, we're excited about the array of impactful projects that we have lined up for commissioning. These projects designed to improve infrastructure, economic opportunities, and overall quality of life stand as evidence to the administration's commitment to national development.
The residents took turns to keep memory of this day with the presidents. From the State House, Musbah and Wahab, NTA News.
Still in the spirit of the celebration, Esunupe and Chairman Niger State Council of Traditional Rulers, Yaya Abubakar, has encouraged Nigerians to be steadfast and look beyond current challenges, saying the long-term effect of current administration's economic policies will make the country great again. The monarch gave these words of encouragement in Bidda during a Salah message to the people. Dauda Muhammad is standing with the mood of Eid-el-Fitr celebration in Bidda and Mina.
Worshippers started trooping into Mina Central Eid ground as early as 7 o'clock in the morning to observe the unit prayer to commemorate the first day of Shawwal in the Islamic calendar. Shortly after leading the prayer, Chief Imam of Mina, Malam Isa Jibril Imam, reminded faithful on the need to maintain the pious deeds of the Ramadan to become part of everyday life.
Anybody who found himself with adequate opportunity, we should extend our hands of fellowship to the needy, especially the vulnerable ones.
In Bidda, the Imam, Malam Adamuya Katun, after leading the prayer, enjoined worshippers to strive towards peaceful coexistence at all times. In his Salah message, Esunupe and Chairman, Niger State Council of Traditional Rulers, Yahya Abubakar, stressed the need for Nigerians to focus on making a better future for the country by supporting government policies.
We obey the tenets of Islam, we love one another, we help each other, and we fear Almighty God in whatever we do and whatever we say. With that one, we need to have peace and stability. We need to be patient, perseverance, and love each other. And listen to our leaders. Listen to them. Follow them and then get the list.
Prayers were offered for the peace, security and progress of the state as well as the country. Dauda Muhammad, NTA News.
President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has felicitated with the Muslim faithful on the occasion of Eid-el-Fitr, asking them to pray for the unity of the nation. In a statement, Akpabio said as Muslims celebrate, they should continue to pray and work for the unity of the nation on this joyous occasion that ushers peace, happiness, and spiritual renewal. He called on Muslims to remember and uphold the values of compassion, kindness, and generosity that define the spirit of the just concluded Ramadan. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Bitokun, extends warm greetings to the Muslim Ummah across the country on the joyous occasion of Eid-el-Fitr, marking the successful completion of Ramadan. In a statement, the IGP urges Nigerians to uphold the virtues of self-discipline, tolerance, and compassion fostered during the holy month to promote peace and national unity. To ensure a heat-free celebration, the IGP has ordered heightened security deployments nationwide. Commissioners of police, tactical commanders, and assistant inspectors general of police have been instructed to bolster security at 8 prayer grounds, recreational centers, and other public spaces. Officers will conduct intelligence-led patrols, surveillance operations, and strategic stop and search duties to prevent security threats during the festivities. The Ramadan fast has ended and it's time for celebration. In this report, Elizabeth Omori beams satellite on how the elderly and internally displaced persons in Abuja observed the day.
At the Apo Legislative Mosque in Abuja, with their best outfits of all ages, they decked up to thank Allah for the spiritual rejuvenation. The moment serves as a respite at the face of daunting challenges. However, they say efforts must be intensified to make their lives better, as rain comes with so many goodie bags.
Be each other's keeper. That is the best thing. A lot of programs can be, put in place that will gender unity.
Government has a lot to do because government is about to make life to be easier for everybody.
The call for subsidized health services and promotion of social interventions to drive their inclusivity. After the Eid prayers, we headed to Kuchingoro IDP camp, where activities are a bit low at this time, although they are not oblivious of the Salah celebration. For these internally displaced persons, the goodwill of Nigerians is what they hope for. At Durumi camp, the celebration was on low-key. IDPs were seen waiting in anticipation for their showers of blessings from well-meaning Nigerians. In Abuja, Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu facilitates Muslims across the country as they mark the end of Ramadan 1446 after Hijrah. First Ladies, in her message congratulating them for successfully observing the holy month, the First Lady prays that Almighty Allah accepts their fasts, supplications, and good deeds and reward them abundantly for their dedication and sacrifice. She urges them to make the celebration a time of empathy, love, unity, and compassion towards one another and continue to uphold the values of peace, tolerance, and generosity that Islam teaches. While wishing them a joyous celebration, she prayed that the blessings of Ramadan bring harmony to our nation and strengthen the bonds that unite us as one people. We'll bring you more reports after this time out. Stay with us. Welcome back. Gazans perform prayers for Eid-el-Fitr, marking the end of Muslim month of Ramadan at the damaged historic Omri Mosque in Gaza City. Framapanyi has details.
Gaza's Civil Defense Agency reported that an Israeli airstrike on Sunday on a house and a tent sheltering displaced people killed at least 8, including 5 children, as Palestinians observed the first day of Eid-el-Fitr. The strike occurred as both Hamas and Israel acknowledged receiving a new truce proposal from mediators aimed at halting hostilities in Gaza during the holiday. Sunday's airstrike came as mediators, Egypt, Qatar and the United States continued efforts to broker a ceasefire and secure the release of Israeli hostages still held in Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office confirmed receipt of the proposal and that Israel had submitted a counter-proposal in response. Meanwhile, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman met with Lebanese Prime Minister Nawaf Salam on Sunday at Al Safa Palace in Mecca. The two leaders exchanged greetings on the occasion of Eid-el-Fitr and discussed bilateral relations as well as the latest developments in Lebanon and the region. Lebanese Prime Minister Salam said Saudi Arabia is helping resolve outstanding issues with Syria. Frama Pangi, NTA News.
Christians gathered at churches to celebrate Mother's Day, recognizing the vital role women play in shaping families, communities, and nations. This year's celebration coincided with the Eid-el-Fitr celebration, emphasizing the importance of unity. Omenka Marachuku completes the report.
The female gender, particularly mothers, are often referred as priceless jewels due to their numerous sacrifices and invaluable contributions to nation building. The month of March is dedicated to women, with International Women's Day on March 8th and Mothering Sunday in March. These occasions acknowledge the vital roles women play in the society.
Mothers have great role to play in seeing that we nurture the children and bring them up in the fear of God.
Care of their parents. And we also want to talk to our mothers and by extension our fathers. Don't be careless with the upbringing of your children.
Churches held special services to honor women and mothers, emphasizing the message of hope and unity.
And so every mother today should remember her role in the family.
The celebration coincided with Eid-el-Fitr, further highlighting the importance of unity and women's contributions.
After marriage, a woman is supposed, according to God's injunction, to submit unto her husband. Love, obey, submit. If we do that, the husband will do his own part and God will now crown everything.
My message for the women is that they should make sure that their parental care is stable. As a Christian, we should also teach our children in a righteous way.
For the women, more commitment to nation building.
Today is that each parent should strive to be godly parents, because godly parents lead to godly parenting.
It is widely acknowledged that meaningful development cannot occur without the active participation and contribution of women. In Abuja, Uminka Rajku, NTA News.
Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu says the future of our nation and indeed the world lies in the values, wisdom and love mothers instill in the coming generation. In her message marking this year's Mother's Day celebration, the First Lady describes them as the heart of families, the nurturers of children, and the pillars of society, while applauding their inspiring sacrifices, dedication, and commitment to raising the next generation. She wishes every mother who cares tirelessly for the families, balances work and home, and continues to give their best a happy celebration, noting that they are indeed the unsung heroes whose impacts resonate far beyond what words can describe. Mothers are first teachers, nurturers, and the backbone of every home. Beyond the flowers, gift, and celebration, Mothering Sunday carries a deeper message. Primate of the Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, Most Reverend Henry Ndukuba is calling on mothers to embrace the challenge of raising godly children, because strong homes make a just society. We'll bring you the reports in our subsequent bulletin. The need to appreciate and honor mothers for their roles as nation builders, backbone of families, child bearers, and nurturers, as well as pillars of society, have been re-echoed as mothers at the NTA Chapel of Resurrection, Area 11, Abuja Anglican Communion celebrate 2025 Mother's Day. Chinonye Nwoye was there and now reports.
Mothers birth nations. Indeed, they are specially and wonderfully made by God to be role models, caregivers, wives, etc. And that is why this day is being set aside to honor mothers for their selfless sacrifices. Their children, husbands, also came prepared with various presentations to appreciate and honor their mothers and wives.
It's such a simple word, but to me there is a meaning seldom heard. For everything I am today, my mother's love showed me the way.
The preacher, Ebele Akwara, speaks on the theme, Honor Your Father and Mother, a true spiritual act that attracts God's blessings. Reverend Canon Smart Sunday Simon is the vicar and chaplain, NTA Chapel of Resurrection, Area 11, Abuja.
The church is trying to emphasize the need for honors to be given to mothers because the societies that we live in is gradually drifting, is gradually dishonoring women. And we all know that women are the reason for our existence after God.
As a mother, you need to be a role model to your children, to not just your biological children, to the people around you.
I believe mothers should learn to take care of themselves, learn to, as much as you want to take care of your child.
We're here to celebrate our mothers.
Every president you have seen today was nurtured by a mother. Every priest you've seen today was nurtured by a mother. So their role cannot be overemphasized.
Beyond these events, Nigerians are advised to continue to appreciate and love the women, especially the mothers, on a daily basis, while the mothers themselves should strive to remain like the biblical virtuous woman. In Abuja, Chinonye Nwoye, NTA News.
Before we go, here is an update on the weather outcome for Nigeria and world cities. We've come to the end of the news. Thanks for watching. I am Vivian Ezadifi.